Today I'm with Malana Thocher, who just joined the Smallegan real estate team. She comes with a background of customer service. She's been in the leasing and property management field, and she knows what it takes to keep things moving smoothly for her clients. So we're going to talk about her past experiences, what it's like to get started in real estate, and also she's from Grand Rapids, so her love of the city of Grand Rapids. So welcome to the team, and I'm excited to talk with you today.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
So with all of your past experiences and life experiences, what caused you to take the leap into real estate?
The biggest thing was just wanting to connect and meet more people and kind of absorb the wisdom that they have and just learning about people's different life experiences. And I felt like I already was doing that in a sense. Being in the service industry, like you run into so many people on a daily basis, and tying that into some of the similarities in the skill set that I had in leasing, I felt like real estate was just kind of the right path.
Okay. So speaking of those skills, what are some of the skills that you've taken from leasing and property management? Because it's pretty different from real estate. Mm-hmm. What are some of the skills that you learned there that you feel like apply well to real estate?
I feel like the biggest thing is probably communication between both fields. It's a matter of really trying to understand your clients' wants and needs or customers' wants and needs. And being able to, make it happen. And it's also communication on your end of being able to set expectations and really inform clients on the happenings, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. So was there a specific moment that you knew you made the right decision getting into real estate?
Probably the first day on the team here. I felt very welcomed, and just the amount that I learned in the first couple days of working with the team and kind of shadowing everybody, it really was an aha moment of like, this is the place for me, especially with the amount that I am able to learn from everybody else, and just this team specifically feels like a really good fit. So
appreciate that. So real estate, there's a lot of different aspects of it. You have the customer service side, the service side, and also a little bit of the sales side. Mm-hmm. What's been the biggest learning curve in the sales side of things?
It's more of the amount of like outreach that I have to do, and less of like people coming to you, coming in with an expectation of knowing what they want, whether it's like serving and they're coming in for a specific special that we're running that night, or a specific apartment that they saw videos of online and they wanted to come see. Whereas on the real estate side of things, it's more of having to inform clients and really pull the information out of them to help them find what's best for them. So
yeah. So real estate definitely can be a big life change for a lot of people, and there's a lot of emotion, and it can be pretty overwhelming. Mm-hmm. What's something that you do that you feel like will help make the process easier for them?
I think it takes a different level of sitting down and really understanding your client's wants and needs, even something that they're not maybe even aware of yet. Yeah. Just with your expertise of like being in the market, having to think on the back end of things. So,
okay. What's one thing that you would say a lot of people assume about real estate agents that you've now know that it's not true?
Probably that the assumption that a majority of real estate agents are just in it for the money and don't really care about the transactions whatsoever. Whereas I feel that I've found so far, so many people that I've seen in the industry do genuinely care about their clients and all the things surrounding that, and even going out of their way to help in ways that you wouldn't expect. And a lot of people don't really see the back end of the work that goes into it to show that level of care that goes into it.
Yeah. So buying a house for a lot of people is going to be one of the biggest financial decisions that they will ever make. What's your favorite part about working with somebody during that time?
I think it's seeing kind of their wants and dreams for something as important as a home come to fruition. Kind of, clients finding that one, or them imagining themselves in the space. And, if it's something where it's like they want a yard and can imagine themselves with a dog and the kids and playing and just thinking about their future and how that is so like emotionally tied into the rest of their lives. I think helping people find that is the biggest thing.
So just the term home brings out a lot of emotion for people. And speaking of home, you're actually from Grand Rapids, right? So what is some of the favorite things of yours about Grand Rapids that has not changed over the years?
I think the biggest thing is probably the sense of community that the city has, even as it expands and grows. I say every day that it's a big, small town, and there's so many opportunities for people to get involved and really get connected, and everybody knows everybody here. So that's probably what I like most about it.
Definitely a lot of truth to that. So if somebody's moving to the city and with your experience and expertise, what would be one thing that you would say they have to check out or experience as part of being a symbol of Grand Rapids?
I would say probably the festivals that we offer, one being the Return to the River Festival. I enjoy that one a lot, just specifically because it's tied into the route to the city, us having the Grand River that flows through.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're looking for somewhere to like go out to eat, I am a big foodie. Cafe Mamo over on Plainfield is a really good one. Otherwise, I really like Bistro Bella Vita downtown. There's a lot of hole-in-the-wall spots you can find in the city that are really good. Got a whole list of them in the back of my head. So
Definitely. I'm sure you'd be a good resource for anybody looking for great spots in Grand Rapids.
Absolutely.
So what would be, that actually leads me to my next question. What would be a restaurant that you say people have to experience as being a good part of Grand Rapids? Something unique.
I will say there's a small little spot in East Town called KCM's that serves Japanese curry. Like super authentic, really rich and flavorful, as well as some other Japanese foods. But that's like one of the hole-in-the-wall spots that pop into my head that I really like. So.
I've never heard of that one. I'll have to check it out. What about a typical Saturday for Malana? What are you up to on a Saturday?
It's either between being super introverted and staying in the house and cuddling up and reading a good book, usually fantasy, or if I'm feeling adventurous, I'm usually going out for a night in the town, maybe an event at 21 or Alive or the Intersection or something going on at Van Andel. Just enjoy being out with people, usually spending time with friends or family with either of those things. So
that's great. So being from Grand Rapids and having all the experiences you have, what would be your favorite neighborhood in Grand Rapids to spend any amount of time in?
Well, I did grow up in the Alder Heights neighborhood, so it's really cool to see over the years kind of how it's flourished and started to become the niche little spot that it is today. Otherwise, another favorite area of mine is going to be Heritage Hill.
Okay, love that neighborhood.
Also grew up over there, going to schools in that area, and then also at GRCC. I do just like the uniqueness that neighborhood provides while having really, really close access to being downtown and still enjoying the city life. So.
Yeah, unique insights. Just being from Grand Rapids, you're going to have so much more to share. So you have so many past experiences in both life and work. What's one skill from the service industry that you feel like helps you well as a real estate agent?
I'd say probably the biggest one is communication, but I kind of already mentioned that before. It ties more into empathy and the genuine care you have to have for people, especially when parts of the job do get difficult. I feel like that is a big motivating factor behind your interactions with everybody, is regardless of this almost stranger, like me going out of my way to feel for their circumstance and, helping them out to the best of my ability.
What's something outside of real estate that you're into that people might not expect?
I will say I'm super into video games.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that ties into the introverted staying at home side of things. Otherwise, my dad's a mechanic, so I kind of grew up around cars. That's a big interest for me. Regardless of if the one I'm driving is super cool or not, but being able to go to car shows and car meets, those are really cool ways to spend my weekend. Another one is probably like crocheting. Takes a lot of work and a lot of patience, but it's one that's really rewarding once you have the final result of something. So
yeah, crocheting, I think you could say that's a superpower. Maybe not, I don't know. But so what's one superpower that you think would help you as a real estate agent?
Great transition. I'd say a superpower that would help me a lot in really any industry that you go to is probably being able to read minds, being able to understand somebody a little bit more than they understand themselves. But it also just helps people, or helps me understand people's wants and needs a little bit more, especially what they might not be fully understanding on the surface, you know?
Yeah. I think being able to read somebody's minds, you would really have a good idea of what they want. So speaking of what people want, what would you want in your dream home once you have that?
My dream home, I probably imagine something humble on a lot of land, outside of the city, something just with land that I can go do activities on, whether it's like hunting or riding ATVs or probably want a big pole barn. Would be really nice to be able to work on cars and also work on my dream car, my dream home.
What's the dream car?
Dream car is probably a Honda S2000.
Okay.
So,
Malana, it's been really good to get to know you and being part of the team, and I'm excited for your future here. What's a good way for people to get a hold of you? Should they have questions about real estate or maybe video games or crocheting?
you could probably shoot me a DM on Instagram or Facebook. I find that those are really nice ways to be able to get really connected with people and see more of the personal side of things outside of a transaction. Otherwise, you can always send me a text. Available 7 days a week. So,
Malana, it's been really good getting to know you, and I'm excited to see what you accomplish with the team. Thanks for taking the time to share with us a little bit and letting our audience get to know you a little bit better.
Awesome. I appreciate your time. Likewise, I'm excited to accomplish more on this team. So.